The third-party special needs trust, this is the trust we use most often in estate planning. So when we're in an advanced planning mode, this is the trust that we're most often using. And it's called a third-party settled special needs trust. It can be established either by your will or it can be established during life. I definitely have a preference, and I'll tell you up front. I have a preference. Other attorneys disagree with me. If it's established by will, there is a time-consuming delay. Probate takes time. Everything firing on all cylinders, 9 months. That usually doesn't happen. Usually we're looking at a year at least. Can your child function and survive, and can whoever is going to be taking care of your child manage up to a year without getting full access to the resources? Or will they always have to go back to court and ask for permission to take out a little bit more money to meet that child's needs? What's going to be easier to ask somebody to take care of your child if you tell them, yeah, and you'll have to deal with the court and all this stuff to figure out how you're going to take care of them? Or, I have this set up, you'll go to the trustee and you'll name who the trustee is, and they will have some resources to meet the child's needs. In some cases, the trustee of the Special Needs Trust is also the person you've nominated as the guardian of your child. So it's even easier. They just have to go to themselves. Sometimes we'll do that. Sometimes we want separate people just to have more people involved. But if it's established by your will, there's a time-consuming delay. There's additional probate expenses. It doesn't get done for free. What happens if the will's not probated? If the only provision you have for a special needs trust is in your will and that will never gets probated, guess what happens to that special needs trust? It never gets created. What if there's a problem with probate? The problem translates then to the special needs trust. In Georgia, if the original of a will cannot be found, the presumption is that the will was revoked. So if we can't find the will, the law just assumes you, the testator, revoked your will. Because all it takes to revoke a will is tear it in half, destroy it, burn it, write void on it. In some cases, just a pen going across the page was enough to void a will. If the will doesn't exist, that trust will never be created.